Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, July 16, 2021. Most of the students who sat the 2021 Grade 6 Ability Test were placed in one of their 5 preferred schools. The news was revealed by Education Minister Fayval Williams this morning. 84% of the students who sat the Primary Exit Profile PEP Ability Test in May got a school of their choice. 11.8% were placed in secondary schools that are in proximity to the schools they currently attend, while 2% were placed manually in schools in proximity to the address they submitted at registration. Placements were done using the scores of the Grade 6 Ability Test, along with the results of the Grade 4 Literacy and Numeracy and the Grade 4 Performance Task in Language Arts and Mathematics, which students took in 2019. The Education Minister says the Grade 4 Performance Task results show that more than 50% of students are proficient or highly proficient in language arts. The proficiency level for mathematics is 48%, with the majority of students at the developing level.
In terms of the Grade 6 test, the ability test that was done this year assesses how well students are able to reason with numbers and words. The 2 skills assessed in this test are quantitative and verbal reasoning. The distribution for the ability test remains normal, and students are therefore performing at the expected levels based on the ministry's assessment.
The results are now available on the parent portal at parents.dpisonline.com. Minister Williams says the regional offices are available to help parents access and print results. Parents and guardians may call the ministry's helplines at 888-333-2283 or 888-724-8463 for assistance. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, has developed a policy to accelerate family-type placement of children 3 years and younger who are entering state care.
This will ensure that children 0 to 3 years old who have entered state care are placed in an approved placement under a foster care arrangement until their case is resolved either by family reintegration, kingship care, or by some other appropriate permanent placement such as adoption.
The Education Minister made the statement in the House of Representatives earlier this week. She says a draft cabinet submission has been prepared and circulated to the relevant stakeholders for comments. Upon receipt of these comments, the Education Ministry will seek Cabinet's approval to embark on this policy direction. In other news, Minister of Labour and Social Security Karl Samuda has pledged to grow the Overseas Employment Program in the United States of America from its current 13,000 to 30,000 participants within the next 4 years. Approximately 7,000 Jamaicans are employed in the H-2A agricultural and H-2B hospitality visas annually. Another 6,000 locals are working in the U.S. through private employment agencies. Minister Samuda says that in addition to increasing the employment numbers, the ministry will implement a protection program that will include the provision of health insurance for H-2A agricultural workers. Minister Samuda is in the U.S., where on Wednesday he discussed the expansion of the program with officials from the Department of State, the Department of Labor, and the Department of Homeland Security in Washington, D.C. He says the meeting was successful and dialogue will continue with the U.S. government, which has agreed to review some of the regulations, especially those that relate to the provision of insurance for workers. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the state is targeting the distribution of 380 units under the National Social Housing Program this year. Plans are also afoot to double the $500 million set aside for the initiative in the upcoming financial year. Mr. Holness made those comments on Wednesday as he handed over the keys to a 3-bedroom house to mother of 4, Marva Mason, at Quarry in St. James.
There is no question that by adding this structure to the community, that the entire community is uplifted. The entire community is uplifted. And more than that, it gives hope. It gives hope to the people around that as the program continues, persons who are so affected, their lives could be touched and improved.
And finally, wholesale and retail trade, repair of motor vehicles and motorcycles emerged as the industry group recording the highest number of employed persons in April. Of more than 1.2 million people employed in April, that industry group recorded 233,200. This is according to the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin's labor force survey for the month. Details of the findings were outlined by Director General Carol Coy during the agency's digital quarterly briefing on Thursday. Ms. Coy says other industry groups recording significant employment numbers were agriculture, forestry and fishing, construction, arts, entertainment, recreation and other services, and real estate and other business services. The occupation groups with the most employed individuals were professionals, senior officials and technicians, service workers and shop and market sales workers, skilled agricultural and fishery workers, elementary occupations, and craft and related workers. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.